Morning, guys. How's everyone doing? Welcome. Another stream, another day. Morning. Morning, Kevin. Korea. What's it like in Korea right now? What time is it? Good morning. Powell speaking, yeah. Crazy. 20 minutes before open. Never seen this one before. This is a new one. All right, so yesterday was something. Yesterday was pretty intense. So just that nice steady grind to the upside, almost all day yesterday. I didn't expect that. I will be honest. I don't think many expected it, but if you did, if you got in early and you held, you had a beautiful day yesterday. I took some upside on Tesla. I took some upside on AMD, but nothing. When you look back at yesterday, it's you look at it and you go, well, that could have made a lot more money than I did. So yesterday I didn't expect it to continue. It broke all of the levels that I had on the ES. It broke 39.40, 39.60, just sort of ripped through everything. So what a day yesterday. So congrats if you caught some of that upside yesterday. Very nice move. And when you were watching it on the intraday, you just saw that every single pullback was being bought. There was no rejection points. There was no clear downside opportunities. It was just a slow grind to the upside. So very nice. Definitely a good day for the long term. If you guys have a long-term portfolio, that was definitely a necessary day because my long-term has been under a lot of pressure. So it felt good to see that. Did not take full advantage of it on the option side, unfortunately, just because I don't know, I had trouble, just buying and closing my eyes, really. That's sort of like what I had to do yesterday. Just buy, close your eyes, and let it go. Yeah, very nice. We'll see, what happens today, right? We have Jerome Powell speaking 20 minutes before open at 9:10 a.m. So that is going to be a very interesting level or an interesting moment there in the market this morning. About 20 minutes before the market opens, we'll see if we'll see if this move can hold up, if there's any volatility. I'm assuming there will be some type of volatility at that time. We'll have to see what's spoken about and, how the market reacts to it. So that is something that we will see. So here's our schedule for today. Today is the 8th of September, Thursday. It's already Thursday, which is crazy. We have a short week, obviously. And we'll look at our levels today. Definitely some pretty major levels to look at on the future side of things. On Nasdaq and S&P 500. So we'll obviously look at our levels. Economic calendar. I'll go ahead and pull that up real quick. Here it is. So here's today, guys. We got jobless claims here at 8:30. We'll be on the live stream for that. 8:30 jobless claims. You guys can see that right there. And then 9:10. So 20 minutes before open. Fed Chair Jerome Powell speaking. So we'll see what happens at that point. 10 a.m., consumer expenditures, quarterly services survey. And then we have a Fed president speaking at 12 and consumer credit. So tomorrow, nothing crazy, just some more Fed president speaking. And then the big one next Tuesday, CPI. So that'll be very, very influential on Tuesday of next week, CPI. We'll be in the pre-market live stream for that one. So we'll see how that reacts. That should be an exciting day. But today, all eyes on this right here, 9:10, Fed Chair Jerome Powell speaking. We will see how the market reacts to that. All right. Back to the schedule. Tesla, nice move to the upside on Tesla. We finally saw Tesla sort of break a little bit, sort of actually get some momentum behind it. So that was nice to see finally, after being stuck for so long. Finally, some momentum on Tesla, which I hope stays so that we can continue to trade it. AMD, we talked about that 78.50 level. That held beautifully. Target was an insane stock yesterday. Target just moved higher and higher and higher. So we'll definitely want to watch Target today. If we have some relative strength on Target, we will definitely we will definitely want to be watching Target. N-Phase and FSLR, solar stocks. These are the two big ones. They were intense yesterday as well. Congrats, guys, if you caught N-Phase. That was a move and a half. So N-Phase, FSLR. FSLR actually got an upgrade this morning. So definitely got eyes on those two for continuation. Obviously, we're going to want to get some type of a pullback for an entry. We're not going to want to just chase this. So we'll definitely look at where can we look for pullbacks on N-Phase and FSLR. Big ones to watch out for. Crazy strength. Costco. I got Costco on watch today because we saw the strength on Target. We saw the strength on retail. And Costco is definitely one that I'm watching. We talked about that 515 level yesterday, and it held perfectly. Coinbase. If there is weakness on the market, I like Coinbase for downside. Now, that's if there is weakness on the market. So I like to have, what stock do I like if there's weakness? I definitely like Coinbase where it is at a rejection point. So I'm going to be watching that. Meta and Shopify, crazy channel lows. They held again. So Shopify looked like it was ready to die. It held 30 again. Meta looked like it was ready to die. It held that channel low again. So keeping eyes on these as always. And then AbbVie. If there's healthcare strength, I love where AbbVie is for upside, even for a potential swing trade or even maybe purchasing a leap option. So keeping an eye on AbbVie here. We'll show you guys that analysis there today. So that's what I have on the schedule. There's a lot more to be looking at. There's a lot more going on, but I have to cut it down for the stream. I like these ones, to talk to you guys about today. So let's get started on the futures contracts. Here is the Nasdaq. The first thing I want to show you is the 4-hour chart. I want to break this out to the 4-hour. I want to look, a little bit longer term, and then we'll break this down a little bit closer. So first thing, I'm actually going to delete all this, and we'll just redo it here in the live stream. Why not? So first things first, where did we hold? We're still holding this previous low from back in July around this 11,900, 12,000 level. We held it pretty nicely. Right, this demand right here, sort of back from early June into July, we held this level pretty nicely around that 11,900, 12,000. Very nice hold on the 4-hour chart. So we want to know that. That's a big level there around 11,900. 30-minute. This is where I start to get a little bit more in detail of what I'm looking at. So the 30-minute chart, most people were watching this downtrend, and this downtrend actually broke yesterday. Right, so we were watching this downtrend. You can see this previous high, and we got right through it yesterday. We ripped right through this downtrend yesterday on the Nasdaq. So this is interesting, right? Short-term downtrend has been broken right here. You can see the downtrend is starting to break. So that is something that we have to keep an eye out for, right? Now, where are we trying to hold this morning? We are trying to hold this previous rejection point as support. It is right here. This is key. Right? If we can turn this 12,230 into a support level today, then I would look for continuation. Obviously, depending on what Jerome Powell says, does he cause continuation, or does he cause this thing to just give back everything? But on a technical standpoint, you guys can see a rejection here. You can see a triple top here, and look at where the market is trying to hold this morning. So this 12,230 level is a must hold if you want to have some really strong continuation on the upside today. If we can get a nice maybe a little flag pattern into this 230 and then continue out of it, that is exactly what you want to see for the bullish scenario, right? You want to see that 230 hold. That would be key. If it does, then I would look to long this if this level does hold. Upside resistance is coming in at this channel high, and then your next upside resistance is right in this it's not perfect on the Nasdaq. On the ES, it's much cleaner, but it's right in this area around 12,450, 12,500, right? I would just call it 12,500. You can even have a line here around 12,450, but I would say 12,450 to 12,500 is probably going to be a little bit of a tough level up here. But first, before we get even close to that, right, you have to hold this 12,230. You can see previous rejection, starting to turn into support today. That is a bullish sign. Of course, we have Jerome Powell speaking 20 minutes before open. And does he do this or does he do this? That's going to be interesting. However, this is a nice technical hold right now. Your next level that has to break is these channel highs right here. 12.3, 12.320. This right here, we're stuck in this channel right now. Which direction do we break out of this channel that we've sort of traded in the after hours and pre-market? If I go to the 5-minute chart, you guys can see it's just a very clean previous rejection point into support this morning, right? Previous rejection point into support this morning. So that is bullish, right? If you just look at this in the short term, if you see what the market's doing, this pre-market, the fact that the pre-market is retaining this 230 level and this was a previous rejection, that is a bullish sign. Now, if we get back below this, right, if we dump right back below, if we turn it into a rejection point, then, that's not what you want to see for upside momentum. If you can retain this 230, if you can actually break above this rejection point and start turning this into support, then you have your continuation. All right, so here's the channel that you have to be watching today, 12.320, 12.300 to 12.200, 12.230, right in this general area. It's about a 80-point range right now, just about an 80-point range here since close of yesterday to where we're trading right now. So this is the big range today. Which side of this range do we go? That is what we will have to find out here. Probably, I would assume it probably starts to show itself after or when Jerome Powell starts speaking, and then we'll see what market open looks like. But that is very clean. There's your channel today, guys. That is what I would be watching. S&P. So S&P 4-hour chart, let's start there. Where did we hold on the 4-hour? Let me go ahead and get this up here. Where did we hold on the 4-hour? Right here at these previous rejection points and support levels. So actually very, very clean on the ES. I'm going to delete all this. We'll redo it. So you guys can see, where did the ES end up holding around this 3,900 level? What was this 3,900 level? It was a previous rejection and a previous support level. So this is resemblant of a break and retest. This is resemblant of a break and retest. This is the break and retest that I talked about here in one of my videos. And then, of course, after I make a video, it goes the other way. That's just typically how it goes. For someone that makes a video on analysis, it typically goes the wrong way for them the next day, and then they look like an idiot. But it's still there, right? That break and retest that I talked about originally back in the beginning of September that we pushed off of here the first day of September is still there, right? Even though we pulled back slightly, it is still maintaining these previous rejection points. Previous rejection into support, it is still there. So that's interesting. It's still maintaining that demand down on the 4-hour chart. I actually did want to show you guys something. I don't typically use the MACD ever, but there was something that happened on the MACD that I should have maybe paid a little bit more attention to. It was a little bit of a divergence, a little bit of a bullish divergence, and I'll show you guys right here. So here's somewhat of a bullish divergence on the MACD, which I probably should have actually paid more attention to. Now, I don't typically pay attention to this, but this actually sort of showed you a little bit of something, right? It actually for once showed you something interesting. Now, look, you got your downtrend on the market, right? You're downtrending, you're making lower lows and lower highs. So since Thursday of last week, what you guys will see on the MACD, which is sort of it's sort of like a momentum indicator of buyers and sellers. You guys can see that the MACD turned green and was uptrending as the market was downtrending. So this is interesting. I actually spotted this last week on Friday. I saw the MACD moving higher as we were actually spotted this on Monday. Was it Monday or Friday? I think it was maybe in the futures on Monday when we were trading. I saw that the MACD was pushing up with an uptrend, and the overall market was downtrending. This is what someone would call bullish divergence, right? So we'll see. I mean, I don't use this. I would never recommend, I would never say, oh, use the MACD for everything. It shows you what's going to happen. But I actually found this quite interesting. You can see the bullish divergence that went on here. So just wanted to point that out. I don't want you to think that, I'm a MACD trader, but that is definitely interesting. So back to the 30-minute chart. You guys can see very similar. Yeah, you can spot the divergence on the RSI as well. So here is the 30-minute chart on the ES. And you guys can see that we had a previous high, and we broke that trend yesterday, right? We broke through the downtrend on the 30-minute chart. You can see it right here. So that's key, all right? So keep that on watch. Now, where is the market attempting to hold this morning? It is actually attempting to hold the previous highs here around 39.70. Right here, 39.70. Right there. You guys can see 39.70 attempting to hold, and you have a previous support into a rejection, multiple rejections here, and then you can see the support that's coming in right here. So you have support, rejections, and look at what it's doing this morning. All right, if I go to the 5-minute chart, you can see we are trying to retain this previous 39.70 level. You get the ECB rate. It's sort of pushing this higher. See if I have the news on that. Here we go. Actual 1.25 versus 0.5, so it's basically came in as expected. ECB interest rate decision, actual 1.25 versus 0.5 previous. The estimated was 1.25, so it came in as expected. Right? I just saw Tesla did it have delivery numbers this morning? I just saw that up here. 1 second. Let me find that again. Where was that? Here it is. Tesla delivers 76,965 China-made cars in August, up 172% month over month. That came out this morning. Interesting. Market's moving because of the ECB interest rate decision right here. 1.25 versus 0.5. It came in as expected. So ECB expects to raise key rates further. Inflation much too high. That's your headline right now. We'll see what happens. I mean, market's slightly moving higher. All right. So besides that, guys, technical side of things, right? Just focusing on the technical side of things. This is your very important level today. 39.70. You can clearly see that previous support into rejections into support again. It looks like this 4,000 psychological is going to be a little tough. So I would watch that. And then after 4,000 psychological, you got this 4,020 area. If you can get bullish momentum today, you're looking at this 4,020 on the ES. Right here. Previous support, rejection. This is probably going to be a tough level to get through. I would assume it would be, unless this market really gets going. So, key hold 39.70. If you break that, look for downside, maybe down into this level here, 39.60, right? And then to the upside, you got that 4,000, 4,020, which is definitely going to be a little interesting up there. You can see that we're getting just a lot of wicks here. All right. Let's check out the Dow. Dow Jones, 4-hour chart. Mike Jones. So Dow is sort of, everything's sort of doing the same stuff, right? Sort of holding these previous levels, these June, July levels. You can see right here, sort of this June, July level right here, around this 31,000 on the Dow. Held that level nicely, right? If we go to the 30-minute chart, we can look at what's been going on over the last 30-minute, over the last few weeks. You have this downtrend. Now the Dow, right? Look at this. The Dow did not break the downtrend. The Dow did not break the downtrend, which is interesting. You have one test here, two tests here, and look at what we are seeing this morning. We are seeing the downtrend get rejected. So that's interesting on the Dow. Typically, the Dow has been the stronger name, the stronger index, or the stronger indice, however you want to say it. And you can see the rejection that's coming in. So that's definitely on watch for me, that downtrend on the Dow. I would say you're watching around this 31.5 area as a must-hold support. So let me go to the 5-minute chart. Here's your 5-minute. It looks like that 31.5 area is an area to watch. It's all in this general area. 31.550, 31.5. This is your previous rejection point from Tuesday that we were able to break above and attempting to hold this morning. So To me, it looks like if the Dow cannot break this uptrend or this downtrend, you got to watch out for the break of this 31.5, 31.550 area. It's really, the low of this candle is right around 31.510. But I think that 31.5 psychological level is going to be coming into play. So I would just put your line at 31.500 if you're looking at the Dow. And I would make sure you know that if it breaks that level, to watch out for that. The dollar moving up. Yeah, dollar's moving up. That's going to cause a little bit of weakness potentially. Big push on the dollar. It did pull back nicely yesterday off the upside we saw, but yeah, watch out for that. Dixie going up. All right. Russell. Russell is still rejecting this 1835 level. I mean, you look at this. Look at this crazy rejection right here. So we have rejection, rejection, rejection. So Russell, you need to break that 1835, 1840 area on the Russell. That's a big rejection point there. You could definitely see something like this if we see market weakness today. Look at that rejection point. Look at what happened the last time we rejected here. We rejected here. We rejected here. So watch out for that Russell there around that 1830, 1840. All right, guys. So here's your key today, right? You're sitting right at it right now, actually. Here's the key. Do you hold these levels? Do you hold this channel? Right? That is everything. If you don't hold this channel, I would look for this to maybe give back some of yesterday's move. This is a big channel here. 39.70. You can also put your line here around the 39.60 on the ES because you still have these previous highs. So if you realized, I don't know if you've realized yet from watching this analysis, the ES is slightly outperforming. Now, why do I say that? Because this is Tuesday's highs. This is that Tuesday high rejection point. And this is where all the other indices are holding. The ES is holding slightly above this. So you can see Tuesday highs. This is where, for example, the Nasdaq is holding Tuesday highs. That's your channel low, right? If you go to the Dow, Tuesday highs, that's where the Dow is holding. If you go to the ES, you can see the ES is slightly higher than that. ES is slightly outperforming. You can see this is Tuesday's highs. The ES is holding above that. So you could still potentially see the ES come back to that 39.60 and hold. That would be something I'd be watching. All right, guys. Hopefully that helps. Pretty clear analysis, pretty clear levels today. For me yesterday, right, this is sort of what happened to me yesterday. I was watching, right, first of all, I was watching the 39.20. Let me go ahead and zoom this in. I was watching the 39.20. I wasn't trusting an upside move through it. It went right through it. I was watching the 39.40, right, as a rejection. You guys can see this is sort of, yesterday was a little bit of it seemed like a little bit of a game. Now, let me explain to you why. So I had the 39.20, 39.40 level sort of mapped out, and I saw potential rejection here, right, at 39.20, and then a potential rejection here at 39.40. Now, look at what the market did at both these levels. Both times. And I think actually, I don't know who, I think it was Carmine also took, I think Carmine took this trade at 39.20 and got stopped out, but he re-entered and had a nice trade. But I got stopped out here also. So I was actually long the SPX here on this 39.20 hold, looking for this flag breakout. And it faked me out on this candle, right? Got a big fake out on this candle, big drop. And I thought, okay, this level's starting to reject. But then you can see we got a little bit of a move below and popped right back up. Same thing happened at 39.40. Look at what happened at 39.40. If you were going to go long here at 39.40 on this little hold of this previous rejection, look at what they did. They broke it, and then they popped it right back higher. So at both of these rejection points, at both of these crucial levels on the market, they popped it lower and pushed it back higher. Look at this. Look at these two fakes right here. So very interesting yesterday. This threw me off pretty substantially. And that is why I sort of just walked away yesterday. It was a very nice upside move, but these fakes right here caught me up, right? I got caught in this one. I got to be honest. I think Carmine did. I think probably a lot of people did. I decided not to re-enter, which I should have. But that is some really nice stuff, right? That is some really nice rejection stuff. So interesting. Interesting. So, yeah. You guys got stopped in that too, Raphael? Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen, man. It happens to everyone. Who cares? Same as me. That's what's going to happen. But yeah, it's interesting to watch, right? It's interesting to see. That's how the market moves sometimes. That 30, yeah, I spit me out also. Jacked, for sure. I got spit out there. I was in it long. I was with the group. I was live trading with the group. I said, I'm long SPX here. I like this flag into 39.20. And I got stopped. So, yeah, unfortunate. All right. So, let's continue. Tesla. What a day. What a day. So, let's go 30-minute chart on Tessie. You guys can see here. You re-entered. Nice. Yeah, if you re-entered, well done. All right. 1 hour chart. Tesla got all of me yesterday. So here's your 1 hour chart on Tesla. And we can see we had that downtrend, right? And it was a nice breakout above the downtrend. So you can see right here, downtrend for this last about week and a half. So very nice. Got your breakout of that downtrend. You got your break over 276, right? We were watching this 276 level. Now let me go into the 15-minute chart. 15-minute. Let me get a little bit more time here. There we go. So 15-minute chart. We were talking about that 276 level. We got right above that, right near open, right? Big push near open. We never quite got the retest on a longer time frame, but we did continue to hold here around this 278, and we pushed into that 280. We got our break of 280, right? Very nice. And then we got our push into this 270, 250. You can see right here, this morning, look at what Tesla's doing. This previous rejection point right there is turning into support, right? That is definitely a key takeaway this morning. This previous rejection point right here at 280, 250 is turning into a support in the pre-market. So that's a key takeaway. You have to hold that level. Any pullback on Tesla, you need to see it hold 280, 250. You break 280, 250, you're probably coming back down to the 280s, right? So 280, 250, big level here, previous rejection, need to see that hold as support. To the upside, you're looking at these highs here, 270, 287.50, and then you're seeing this high here, 292.50. All right? But I want to show you the trades that I took on Tesla yesterday, because I took both upside and downside yesterday on Tesla. So the first trade I took was this break and retest of 276. It was not perfect, but I did see it start to build. So I took a break and retest trade right here. We broke that 276. We came back. We wicked higher off of it. So I took this long trade. This was a nice trade yesterday, which I did take profits a little bit early, right around this area. So nice trade there. We were talking about that one live on voice chat. And then I also traded the 280 rejection. I forgot which. I got to look at the times. I can look at it's on Twitter if you guys want to look at it. But I took one of these 280 rejections. I forgot which one it was. I think it might have been this one here. So took a 280 rejection on Tesla as well. But I did have to take profits quickly because it just did not break down. Here was the best trade of the day. Just want to show everyone the best trade of the day. I didn't take it. Hamza, shout out to you. You took it, or you talked about it. You pointed it out. Look at this break and retest at 280, guys. Perfect stuff. You can see that 280 level, that rejection around 280, right? Look at the break, big break. Look at the retest, and look at the entry right there off 280. Get in off the 280 retest. Put your stop right below it. Small risk here, and then you just sort of let this thing run. And what a beautiful push that was. So 280 break and retest was the trade of the day yesterday. That was really nice. So today, you're looking at 280, 250. That's got a hold. You can see it held in the pre-market. Make sure to see that hold today if you're going to go long. AMD. 4 hour. Actually, not 4 hour. Let's go 30 minute. So 30-minute chart on AMD. We talked about this. You didn't trade it, Hamza? That's all right, man. You called it out well. So 30-minute chart on AMD. you guys can see, or if you remember in the live stream, we talked about this 78.50 level. This was like the major level. We did slip below it in the pre-market, or not, in the early morning trading. We slipped below it, and we were able to spike back above it. I'll go to jobless claims right after this. So this 78.50 level was a nice hold. We got our continuation. That was a must hold on AMD. I would just watch out for this here today on AMD, around this 80.75. You can see we're rejecting it. And then I would watch out for this 80, 81.50, 81.60 level. All right? So watch out for 80.75, 81.50. Watch out for those two upside levels. Starting to reject this morning, but a very nice hold of that 78.50 yesterday. All right, jobless claims. Let's see if we got any reaction to it. Any reaction to jobless claims? Yeah, I actually scalped. Where the hell is my? I actually scalped AMD yesterday as well. All right, so jobless claims minus 6,000 to 222K. And it's basically flat. I mean, nothing crazy. We'll see how the market reacts, but 222 versus 235. The survey was 235. So, yeah, I mean, down 6K. I mean, that's not down 6. How do they get that number? That's not down 6K. I mean, I guess it's just not going off the survey number. But because that's 13,000, 235 minus 222. But I guess they come up with 6K some other way. But yeah, nothing really. Jobless claims just don't really move the market much anymore. So we'll see. I do not have the link for you to watch Powell. You can go onto the Federal Reserve website if it's there. I'm not sure. My Twitter is on the bottom left of your screen. All right. So jobless claims, not much movement there. Pretty much a non-event, as it has been for a long time. All right, let's continue. Target, what a day for Target, and what a break and retest this was. I actually was sort of looking at this, and I just sort of lost sight of it. Excuse me. So I lost sight of this, which sucks because this was a really nice trade. So you guys can see we had a previous support, our previous rejection into support, and look at this hold at 160. What a beautiful hold at 160. Very nice target hold there. 160, psychological level. Very nice. Continuation, right? We got above this key level here around 167.50, which was very strong, and Target was just an animal yesterday. So look at the 1 minute chart on Target yesterday. Just an animal. I mean, it just continued and continued and continued. So what would I be looking for today? I personally would want to see a pullback to this previous high. This is what I'm going to be waiting for. I'm not going to chase this. I'm going to wait for a pullback here. I'm going to look for some kind of pullback, it's about a 2% pullback. If I can see this start to form, I'll look to go long again. But I got to wait for this pullback here. 167.50, 168. That's something I'll be looking for. Target may just rip again today. It was very strong yesterday. Could just continue if the retail sector continues as well. So we'll see. But yeah, I would love to see the 168 retest. That would be my entry point. I'm actually going to go ahead and put a alert there because I don't want to miss this time. At or below 168. That was really nice. All right, so Target, watch out for that. Big time strength yesterday. Enphase, solar. Solar's hot right now, right? What did Enphase do on the technical side of things? It actually did something real nice, guys. Here's the daily chart on Enphase. Look at this bull flag and this retest of previous all-time highs. So you got your previous all-time high right here, and look at the retest of all this on Enphase, right? Previous all-time highs, break. Look at all the consolidation above previous all-time highs. What did it do? It created a very nice little flag pattern here. Really strong flag, holding that previous all-time high. This is just a gorgeous break and retest of all-time highs, previous all-time highs. What a technical setup, right? Really clean technical setup. And You can see the big push to the upside, right, through this bull flag, and just a monster day for end phase. So look at that. 5 minute. Yesterday was strong. Tuesday was strong. Yesterday we broke out of the flag right here. Boom. And continuation. Where would you want to see a nice pullback, right? Where's a good entry here without chasing? I was looking at just these previous highs right here around this general 312 area. I think that would be a very nice pullback for us. I would be watching this around this 312. If we can get maybe a 1.8% pullback today and start to hold this level, then I would look for continuation. I'll try to scalp it if it just looks like an animal out of the gates today. Right? If it just looks crazy again, I'll look for scalps. But if I can get a deeper pullback, that would be very nice. Are we getting some downside? Yeah, we're getting a little bit of downside there. We're getting through that, right near that level. So end phase, I'm looking for a pullback to 312. That would be a fantastic entry in my opinion. If you can get a nice little pullback to these previous highs, look to see if it holds its support. If it does, you might be able to find an entry off that. But just be careful, guys. End phase at all-time highs. It's ripping really quickly. I mean, you probably can catch some momentum, but just be careful. There should be some pullbacks along the way. FSLR, another stock, another energy name, solar name. So today it got an upgrade from Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs double upgrades First Solar to buy from sell, adjust price target to 172 from 60. That's pretty legitimate. I mean, Goldman Sachs, that's definitely, that opens people's eyes, I'd say. So Goldman Sachs upgrade this morning from FSLR, and you can see that gap up that we are seeing. You can see we had previous highs, right? Previous all-time highs right here. Yeah, of course, IV is going to be high on something like this. So previous rejection into support on FSLR, right? If you go to the hourly chart, you can see right here. All this consolidation, you can see the breakout around 130, big push. What would I be looking for today? I would be looking for either a gap fill, right? If you can fill this gap, I would go long off that, off this 135.60. I would look for the gap fill. Or you're just going to have to look for maybe a break and retest of the pre-market highs. That's really the only way you're going to be able to trade this. So you either look for this, try to go long if it holds here on the gap fill, right? Or you're going to be looking for a break of the pre-market highs, a nice retest of it, try to hold it there, and then continuation. All right, that's what I would be looking for. That's if it's strong today, right? That's the bullish side. That's the bullish side. So watching FSLR, watching end phase, they are two relative outperforming stocks. I would watch them, right? I know IV is going to be high. Everyone's going to be watching them, but there could be some momentum still left for you to watch and trade and scalp. So definitely worth eyes. All right. Costco. Costco was a nice hold to 515. We talked about this 515, and it looks like it held again. So previous support here, held support again. If we can break this downtrend and we can break this 535, these previous rejection points here, rejection, rejection, support, support, support. If we can break above this and the downtrend, I would look to go long this back into like this 550, even 560. That's if market is strong, and that's if retail stays strong. If the market's weak, Costco could do a nice little rejection of the downtrend, and we could trade this to the downside again. So I like this. I like Costco where it's at because it's going to present opportunity, I think, to either direction. You either look for the break of this downtrend and continuation, or you can look for the rejection of the downtrend in a weak market and play this back down to 515. So I like Costco here. I think there's opportunity for either direction. I would watch it either for a rejection of 535 and the downtrend or a break and hold of it, depending on what the market does, of course. Coin. Liking coin here for a rejection. You guys can see it's already starting, actually. So here's coin. You guys can see a big push to the upside. We all know coin is a weak stock relatively. It has been for a while. We can see we had previous lows here that broke down and made a new stair step. We have a rejection, right? Rejection, 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 and look at where we're trading at this morning. We pushed right into that 69.50, 70 level, and we are starting to see rejection set in. So, can I try to trade coin to the downside with a stop over 69.50? I think that's a possible trade, yes. Right? I like this as a potential rejection. Boom, boom, boom. And you can see right here, 69.50. I would look to see maybe if I could trade this to the downside. Maybe down towards this 66, maybe even lower. All right? So watch out for that. 69.50, big watch, in my opinion, on coin. Meta. 4-hour chart, channel low, right? When is this going to present opportunity? I don't know, but I'm just going to keep engraving it into my brain. So Meta, channel low, what happens here? I still think you need to get a move over 167.30, right? So I would wait for this, but definitely watching channel low on Meta, definitely watching channel low on Shopify. 2 stocks sitting at major channel lows. What happens here? Last but not least, I got AbbVie for you. We're going to go to the daily chart, and I'm going to show you what I'm looking at here. So you guys can see AbbVie has been sort of slowly pulling back, and it is trying to hold this 135 level. It's this previous low right here. It's trying to hold this little double bottom. It needs to get above 144 for upside. You can see right here, previous rejection point. That needs to break before, getting too aggressive to the upside. But I like this potential double bottom. This is definitely something I'm watching. And then to back this up, you got to see what the XLV is doing. And the XLV is finally showing some signs of life here at this demand. So I know we talked about this for a while and talked about being patient, waiting for the XLV to actually show strength. And I think it is starting to show something here. So you can see consolidation. You can see consolidation in a push. You can see consolidation in a push. Consolidation here and a push. And you can see we're starting to consolidate. So what does the healthcare sector do, out of this consolidation at 125? If it continues, then I love AbbVie at this level. All right, I definitely want to be watching that. And I also like UNH at this 516. If I see that XLV outperform, then I want to see if the healthcare can hold. If XLV can't hold here, then these trades are not they're not valid. All right, if XLV cannot hold here. All right. We'll have to see what happens. All right, that's what I had. Let's pull up the form. See what you guys got in there. Anything? All right, we got some stuff here. We got SPX, huh? We already did the ES. Just look at the ES when I do. DocuSign, RH, ZS, and KR. All right. Let's shrink this down. DocuSign. Did it have earnings yet? DocuSign earnings are after hours today. I would assume it's bad. And if it is bad, or if it's good, I'd watch for a rejection of 57. And if it's bad, I'd look for a slip of 53. Right? 57, 53. There's your channel. But it has earnings. Again, I don't know why people ask for technical levels on earning stocks. It means nothing. Restoration Hardware, earnings again. Next, ZS. You're sitting at this 142. It has earnings. I don't know what happens. KR. Earnings. All right. Fantastic. All right, let's take a look at the ES real quick. Yeah, ES sort of maintaining here, just sort of chilling in this. We'll see what happens there. I mean, it's right on edge. Nasdaq is slipping below though. So just be careful, guys. I know this look. You still got Powell, right? You still got Powell. This is definitely a slip though. You can definitely starting to see this slip. But you still got Powell that could just do some wanky stuff. So just be careful. Yes, definitely starting to break down key level here. So watch out for that. Watch out for that. Right around this 12,230. All right. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Whoever keeps putting tickers that have earnings, I'm really sorry. Like, if you want to unsubscribe from paying for the ticker for them, I totally understand. I just cannot provide analysis on stocks that have earnings. I won't do it. I won't do it. It's totally irrational. It makes no sense, right? I can't do that. It would be leading you in the wrong direction. So yeah, I would hope that, if whatever reason the analysis on the earnings feel necessary, then, I'm just sorry I can't. So just to let you know. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. Press that like button if you could. We got about 1,500 people in here today. That's crazy. What do you guys think about me? Nah, I won't do it. Chat's been good lately, so I appreciate that, guys. Chat's been pretty nice. You guys have been pretty like calm and respectful and cool and productive. But, one day if I start to see it get out of line, I'm going to have to start making it to where subscribe members only can chat be in the chat. But as of right now, I see a pretty calm and focused chat. So I appreciate that, guys. I appreciate you coming here with serious intentions and really watching and learning and contributing to the chat. I definitely look at everything. I'm always looking at it. So run an ad. Yeah, I should run an ad. I think I should start running ads if we don't get above like 500 likes, to just start running ads. That's what I should do. All right, guys. Have a great day. Good luck today. Be careful of Powell at 9:10. Yes, I did, Jay Price. And yeah, have a fantastic, fantastic day. Subscribe, press the like button if you want to trade live with me down below. If you want to get free technicals on the futures, down below as well. All right, guys. Peace out.